Hey guys, it's Frank from Cruising with Wheels. Who would want to take a shower on the bathroom floor? Find out in this episode of my Tales from the High Seas. This story takes place aboard the NCL Jade. Now, we boarded the ship on October 26th, and we got to our cabin, and, we had our carry-on luggage in our totes. We didn't have the big piece yet until late that night. And, of course, you've already seen the vlog on that problem. But we kind of unpacked everything, and we thought, okay, well, while we're waiting for the final piece of luggage to come, we'll get out and about and we'll start, scouring the ship and kind of getting a feel for where everything is. And, we were so excited about this cruise. Southern Caribbean, 11 days. A thrill. I loved it. Anyways, I digress. So, we get back after roaming around and we freshen up a bit because we're going down to the main dining room and we're going to have dinner with Dave and Darlene. And so we have a fantastic time. Gifts were exchanged. Thank you, Dave and Darlene. And we head back to the room. It kind of was a long day. Travel, boarding the ship, the whole thing. We were exhausted. Well, the next morning, we get up at our usual time, 5:30, 6 a.m., and Kevin does his, I'm out the door to get some coffee, be right back. And I'm like, okay, so I, of course, we are scheduled and planned, and I'm thinking about, I need to, think about clothing to wear, getting myself showered, and I go into the bathroom and discover there is no shower bench in the shower. And I'm like, oh crap. Wow, I never noticed that yesterday when we, got on board and got in the cabin. Where's the shower bench? There's supposed to be one attached to the grab bar in the shower that folds down. Nothing. I'm thinking, well, that's weird. I mean, isn't that part of the checklist that the cabin steward does, or whoever it is that prepares the room? I mean, right? Am I right or wrong? It's a handicapped cabin. Isn't there a checklist that says, towels, toilet cleaned, floor cleaned, fresh linens, bed made, shower bench in the shower for the handicapped guests? I mean, it's common sense. I'm all about checklists, as you know. So we call down to guest services and we say, there's no shower bench in our shower. So I need something. And they're like, oh, okay, not to worry. We'll have something brought up for you. Now, this was the beginning of some bathroom issues. Totally unrelated to what you've already heard about our, bathroom toilet traumas from my previous Tales from the High Seas, Flushed Away at Sea, and you can check that video out again if you'd like. But little did we know that this was going to be a little of a goofy situation. It was kind of funny. I mean, it wasn't tragic, but it really was funny. But if you go on different cruise lines, you experience, if you're handicapped or not handicapped, what the different bathrooms look like, and they are different. And here's a picture of a handicap cabin bathroom on a Princess cruise ship. And here's one on Royal Caribbean. Here's our bathroom on our NCL Jade ship. And you can see in this next picture what the fold-down bench is supposed to look like and where it's supposed to be, attached to the grab bar. So, about 20 minutes later, a knock on the door. And I'm sitting on the bed, because I'm waiting, because I know someone's coming. And I reach over and I open the door, and there's this young little kid crew member, some little drone delivery person, and he's holding this little plastic seat. And I swear it was no bigger than 12 inches by 20 inches. This piece of plastic. And it was only this high, this far above, I guess, what would be the floor. And he, walks in and he says to me, which sounded perfect English to me, he asked, "Where would you like this?" And I responded, in the shower, please. And he dropped it on the floor in front of me, turned around, and walked out of the cabin. And I sat on the bed looking like this. What the hell was that all about? Did he not understand me? Was I speaking a foreign language? Because when he walked in, he sounded like he spoke proper English and thought that I understood when I said, "In the shower, please." What the hell? I thought, this is really wacky. So I reach down and I pick it up and I'm examining it and I'm thinking, well, this is 6 inches off the floor. What am I going to sit on this? I mean, practically, taking a shower. I mean, I didn't want to sit on the actual shower floor and take my shower, and I asked for a bench, and this is what they brought me. But, it takes Frank a minute or two to upload sometimes, and I need to reboot to notice that it had the pull-down legs. And I thought, oh, okay, here we go. I see I see the legs, and I start to pull. I pull them all 4 of them out. I'm like, okay, well, I just need to snap the button of each one into, the highest hole, because I need to make this bench as high as I can get it, because I'm 6'2". So, I don't want to be sitting on the floor. So I'm doing it, and I'm like, okay, here we go. Let me pop one of the legs in, and I put it in, that lowest button, because I want to make sure it's high, and I can't get the button in. I mean, the button won't go in. The hole is too small. So I thought, okay, well, let me try the next hole up. Nope. Couldn't get it in. I tried the button on every hole. I tried every leg, every button, in every hole. None of them fit. They brought me this cheap little plastic bench stool for the shower, and I couldn't even raise it up. None of the holes were big enough. I sat there going, you gotta be kidding me. Come on. Okay. I was like, okay, calm. We'll just call down. We'll get another one. I'm sure it won't be a problem. So Kevin comes back in, having gotten the coffee, and I'm thinking, he goes, what's the matter? I go, would you look at what they brought me? He goes, what's that? I said, it's, I guess, a shower stool. He goes, oh, it's kind of small. And you're kind of big. And I'm like, thanks a lot. He goes, well, you know what I mean. I go, I know what you mean, but I said, there's a problem. I can't raise it up. The buttons don't fit the holes. He goes, oh my God. So he gets on the phone. He calls it down to guest services and says, listen, your people just delivered a shower stool to my cabin because our shower didn't have an attached fold-down bench in it. And what you brought us it cannot be raised up because the holes are too small for the buttons. So the legs can't come down. And the answer was,
oh, okay, well, I'm sorry, sir. That was the last shower stool that was available. You're going to have to wait until the supervisor unlocks the supply room, and that won't be until about 8 a.m. And I hope that there's another one, but I don't know if there is. We'll have to see until he unlocks it. So, we'll hope for the best.
And Kevin says, well, I need something. Okay, my husband cannot sit on the bathroom floor and take a shower. That's ridiculous. So you better bring another stool or find an attached bench or bring a folding chair or something because we got to take a shower. Okay, we're kind of stuck here. He's waiting. He needs to, do his morning bath, shower, get dressed. We want to go have breakfast. I mean, come on. Move it. So the waiting begins. And about 20 after 8, a knock on the door comes. And it's an officer. Okay, he's in this nice white officer's uniform, looking mighty handsome, I might say. And he's so nice and he's pleasant. And his name is Antonio. And Antonio turns out to be the assistant executive housekeeper. And he had another plastic stool in his hands. And so I let him in, and he says, oh, I understand there was a problem. I said, yes, the holes didn't work. So he's all, all nice and trying to be accommodating. He says, okay, well, let me do this for you. And he's pulling out the legs, pulls out all the legs, and then he puts one each back in. And I'm looking, and I said, well, you have to snap it into the holes. I said, it can't just sit on the buttons, because he's got them all sitting on the buttons. And he's going like this. I go, yeah. I said, I'll fall off. I said, it has to be secure, okay, in the first hole. Snap it in. And he was adorable, but he couldn't figure this whole concept of snapping the legs in the holes. Well, he finally got the first one in and snap. And I went, there you got it. There's number 1. I said, 3 more to go. And he's like, so he's doing the second one, snap. I go, 2 down, 2 to go. And then he got the third one, and then he got the fourth one. And I said, there it is. You got all 4 of them. Awesome. I said, now I can take a shower. Thank you. And here's a picture of my shower stool in the shower of what I used all week. Little cheap, little plastic, little slightly rickety, but at least I had something to sit on. This would be the first of many visits we would get this week from Antonio as we segue on to the multiple issues we had in our cabin. From the shower bench fiasco to the electrical issues, to the toilet problems. We would see handsome Antonio many more times. And we weren't the only ones that had issues. We met someone on the cruise. It was the second day in the Cruise Critic meet and greet. And his name was John, and he used a scooter. And he was a double leg amputee, and he wore prosthetic legs. He told us, and we saw him, we saw him every day. But a couple days into the cruise, he told us he went into his bathroom to take his shower and pulled the bench down and sat on it. And he said, thank God he still had his prosthetic legs attached, because the fold-down bench, the hinges must have broken, and boom, down he went on that bathroom floor. And his friend who he was traveling with was like, are you okay? What's going on in there? He was like, no, I'm okay. And he's thinking to himself, okay, I've still got my legs on. I can get up by myself. I'm okay. But his fold-down shower bench broke, and down he went. Oh, poor John. Sorry. Another trauma. He had to call down to get services, report the problem. I need something to sit on. My bench is broken. Now, everyone, say hi to John. We call him Scooter John, and here he is. He was one of the many awesome people we met on this cruise. There were so many people we met at the Cruise Credit Meet and Greet, people that were subscribers to this YouTube channel, watching our Cruising with Wheels videos, my Tales from the High Seas, Kevin's Cruise News videos, now my Frank's Cooking Corner. Just awesome people. It made this cruise one of the best we have ever taken. I want to give a shout out to a special YouTube subscriber. He's a real big fan of ours. His name is Philip Wilmoth. And he and his wife Jamie are subscribers to this channel. And we talk to Philip a lot via our Cruising with Wheels Facebook forum. And so I want to give a shout out to Philip because he kind of had some setbacks in his health issues. And so Kevin and I want to wish Philip a speedy recovery. Philip, I hope you're doing better by the time this video airs. Shout out Jamie. Hi, Jamie, his wife. Yeah, we talk to Philip all the time. So Philip, take care, get better. And you'll be seeing a lot more of our videos for you and your wife to enjoy. So, get well soon. On behalf of Kevin and myself from Cruising with Wheels, we want to remind you to travel safe and cruise often.